Call of Duty is the world's most popular video game franchise. It is an authentic military first-person shooter that has engaged over 40 million players per month and sold over 100 million copies. This is one of the most played multiplayer video games online today.
Call of Duty is an amazing game. Millions of people play it every day. They play the multiplayer, and they play the campaign. It's the ultimate entertainment package.
The reason I think Call of Duty is so successful on a global scale to so many people is that it's fun. The multiplayer is second to none. It's just an experience that can't be beat.
I think another thing that really draws people to the game is that it's a social event. Call of Duty has become more than just a shooter. It's become somewhat of a cultural phenomenon.
Seeing where this franchise is going and how far it's grown, I'm excited that I'm part of this opportunity to bring it to China. By leading with innovation, Call of Duty has defined what the quintessential first-person shooter should be. The visuals, the technology, everything about it has to be top-notch.
From a technical side, we focus on the interface between you and the game. So the frame rate, the controls, everything feels really good.
The movement, the animation, the map design, the worlds, everything comes together when you're playing Call of Duty in an amazing way. And I think that's why so many people just love playing it.
All of the different things that have been developed over time, be it create a class, kill streaks, perks, the way people load out their weapons, the way they build clans, the way they compete in esports, all these things that have really been built up and embraced by players in the West in Call of Duty are the things we're bringing over to players now in China. The success of Call of Duty over the last 10 years is built on a couple of different fundamentals. One, it's got to be edge of your seat excitement. You've got to feel that adrenaline rush as you're playing. Another fundamental to Call of Duty is authenticity. In addition to all the research that we do, we also work with military specialists and consultants to ensure every nuance of the game is as detailed and as realistic as possible.
You would watch the way they were building the battle scenarios. You'd watch the way that they were carrying the weapons. You'd listen to the way they talked on the radio.
They are the ones that have been there. They've lived it. And through them, we experience what that should feel like in the game. What is the lighting taking place? What does it look like in the jungles of South America? They are the ones that give us that picture that we then create in our minds and then put on the screen. They sit down with our audio guys and say, no, this explosion should be bigger. You know, you should be hearing screams or fire. What do those surroundings sort of sound like?
Get that right in the game, the developers would go out to the rifle range and they'd record the sound as the round comes out of the weapon, the barrel. So you've got this very realistic sound going.
But it doesn't stop there. It actually goes one step further. We talk to military futurists, with the guys that are always looking forward. And that's what inspires our designers. What is realistic? What is plausible and believable? And that's always been a pillar for us in this franchise.
The environments, the weapons, the sounds, everything goes through a painstaking level of scrutiny as we're creating it. And that translates to this incredible experience for the player.
We work with such talented developers throughout the world. Our teams at Treyarch, our teams at Infinity Ward, our teams at Sledgehammer, at Raven, everybody there has one goal. They want to make the best game they've ever made. Each studio brings their own special magic to Call of Duty, be it a World War II game, be it a historical game like Black Ops, or even being future fiction like Ghost. They have so much passion. They're always driving innovation. Their attention to detail and quality just makes this franchise that much better and makes it a better game for the fans. And leading the way for Call of Duty Online is our developer, Raven Software.
At Raven Software, we're very excited to be part of Call of Duty. We've been working on it for the last 4 years, starting with Black Ops all the way through Ghosts, and now we're leading the charge on Call of Duty Online.
One of the best things about Call of Duty Online is that it takes all the best elements of Call of Duty and brings them into one awesome package.
One thing we're very excited about with Call of Duty Online is for the first time we're tying all gameplay modes under one story arc that the player can unravel as he plays through the different modes of the game. We have a game mode called Hero Ops, which is a single-player experience.
Multiple contact.
Hero Ops is cinematic moments you've always looked for in Call of Duty, and it's got a whole new storyline with all new levels. Call of Duty Online, of course, we have multiplayer, which is fast, furious, frenetic gameplay that lasts for hours and hours with your friends.
Our maps are designed in a way that the competitive action that takes place feels balanced.
Push forward!
Adding to that, the intensity, the visuals, the sound effects, the guns, the explosions, everything else around you creates this immersive experience that nothing can match.
Multiplayer is second to none. It's an experience that can't be beat.
We've picked some amazing maps like Afghan, Estate from the Modern Warfare series. There's so much to choose from, and we actually see this being a long-term initiative with bringing Call of Duty to China. The years to come will only get better with new and amazing content that will make a great experience for players in China.
We're very excited to have survival mode in Call of Duty Online. It's basically co-op where you're all working together to survive waves and waves of different enemies, and you never know what's coming at you next. So the goal is to try to stay alive as long as you can and get the highest score.
One big advantage that we have with the co-op modes for Call of Duty Online is that you can now play on our multiplayer map. This allows you to learn the maps for multiplayer before you engage.
Target neutralized.
In Call of Duty, we've always been known for a great 4-player co-op with zombies or spec ops. This time we've got a brand new mode.
We are thrilled that we're bringing something new to our fans in China, cyborgs.
And the basic premise of it is you drop down into a hostile cyborg environment. And sometimes they're in down mode and sometimes they're activated, so it keeps you always on your toes. You never know what you're going to encounter.
We've seen fans throughout the world enjoy our zombies experiences or our spec ops experiences, but we think Cyborgs is really special and very unique. With Call of Duty Online, we believe we're bringing something they've never seen before in terms of visuals, in terms of audio, in terms of gameplay, and we think that this offering is going to blow them away.